You may not know this, but fiber is a secret weapon for fighting cancer. Most people don't eat nearly enough of it, and that's a huge missed opportunity because fiber does so much more than just keep your digestion regular. It plays a crucial role in reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, detoxifying the body, and even strengthening the immune system, all of which are essential for both preventing cancer and keeping it from coming back. So in this video, I'm going over how fiber helps you fight cancer, the top most important fiber-rich foods for cancer survivors, and most importantly, common mistakes that can sabotage your fiber intake. I'll also dive into some lesser-known benefits of fiber that you might not have heard before, like how it can influence your mood, energy levels, and even the way your body processes medications. I'll be honest, I never used to pay attention to how much fiber I was eating. It just wasn't on my radar. Like a lot of people, I thought of fiber as something that was only important if you were dealing with constipation or trying to lose weight. But once I learned about its crucial role in preventing cancer or keeping it from coming back, I started making it a priority. And the more I researched, the more I realized just how powerful fiber really is. A lot of people think of fiber as being good for preventing colorectal cancer, which is absolutely true. Studies have consistently shown that high fiber diets significantly reduce the risk of colon cancer. But what's less commonly known is that fiber also helps to prevent several other types of cancer too, including breast, prostate, ovarian, and even pancreatic cancer. The mechanisms behind this are fascinating. For example, fiber helps regulate estrogen levels, which is why it's so protective against hormone-driven cancers. It also binds to carcinogens in the digestive tract, helping to flush them out before they can cause damage. Studies have even shown that cancer survivors who have high fiber diets have better survival rates overall, especially for those with hormone-driven cancers like breast or prostate cancer. One study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that breast cancer survivors who consumed at least 30 grams of fiber per day had a significantly lower risk of recurrence compared to those who ate less than 20 grams. Another study focusing on colorectal cancer survivors found that every additional 5 grams of fiber consumed daily was associated with a 20% lower risk of the cancer coming back. These numbers are staggering, and they highlight just how important fiber is for long-term health after a cancer diagnosis. I'll get into this more in a minute, but I want to start with 4 main ways that fiber helps you fight cancer, because I think that once you hear these, you'll be ready to start prioritizing it more. Number 1, fiber feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Why is this important? Well, a healthy gut means a stronger immune system and lower inflammation, 2 of the most important factors for fighting cancer. Your gut microbiome is home to trillions of bacteria, and the balance between good and bad bacteria can influence everything from your metabolism to your mood to your ability to fight off disease. When you eat fiber, especially the kind found in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, it acts as a prebiotic, meaning it feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. These bacteria then produce short-chain fatty acids, like butyrate, which have been shown to reduce inflammation, strengthen the gut lining, and even inhibit the growth of cancer cells. In fact, research has found that people with higher levels of these beneficial bacteria have a lower risk of developing certain cancers, including colon and breast cancer. So, by eating more fiber, you're essentially creating an environment in your gut that's hostile to cancer cells and supportive of your overall health. Number 2, fiber regulates your blood sugar levels and lowers insulin resistance. If you have high insulin levels or diabetes, it can significantly increase your cancer risk by like 40% or more in some cases. This is because insulin is a growth hormone, and when levels are chronically elevated, it can promote the growth of cancer cells. But eating fiber slows down the amount of sugar you absorb from the food you eat, preventing your blood sugar from spiking and keeping your insulin levels in check. This is especially important for cancers like breast and prostate cancer, which are known to be fueled by excess insulin and insulin-like growth factors. Fiber also helps with weight management, and since obesity is a major risk factor for many cancers, this is another way it contributes to cancer prevention. Number 3, fiber helps to remove excess estrogen from your body by binding to it and carrying it out when you go to the washroom. This is why it can lower your risk of hormone-driven cancers like breast, ovarian, and prostate cancer. Estrogen dominance, a condition where estrogen levels are too high relative to progesterone, has been linked to an increased risk of these cancers. By helping your body eliminate excess estrogen, fiber helps restore hormonal balance, reducing the risk of cancer development or recurrence. This is particularly important for women who've had estrogen receptor-positive breast cancer, as lowering estrogen levels in the body can be a key part of preventing the cancer from coming back. And number 4, fiber helps to detoxify your body. This is really important for cancer survivors, especially if you've had chemo or taken other toxic medications. Chemotherapy drugs, while life-saving, can leave behind residues in the body that need to be cleared out. Fiber helps your body's natural detoxification systems, your digestive system, liver, and kidneys, flush out these toxins more efficiently. This also includes any of the chemicals or carcinogens from the food we eat or that we're exposed to in the environment. For example, pesticides, heavy metals, and other environmental toxins can accumulate in the body over time, increasing cancer risk. Fiber binds to many of these toxins in the digestive tract, preventing them from being reabsorbed into the bloodstream and helping to eliminate them through waste. Now, despite all these benefits, over 90% of cancer survivors don't eat enough fiber every day. Not good. The average person consumes only about 15 grams of fiber per day, which is less than half of what's recommended for optimal health. For cancer survivors, getting at least 25 to 30 grams per day is ideal, and some experts even recommend up to 40 grams for those with a history of digestive cancers. So I'm going to help you make sure that you're not one of the people falling short, especially if you felt like your digestion has been off since cancer treatment, with bloating, constipation, or even a sluggish metabolism. You're certainly not alone. I hear this from my patients all the time. Chemotherapy, radiation, and even stress can disrupt gut function, making it harder for your body to process fiber effectively. But the good news is that getting enough fiber can actually help repair your gut over time, restoring healthy digestion and improving nutrient absorption. So how do we do that? How do we get that much fiber a day without overthinking it and tracking every gram of fiber in the food we eat? To make it easy, I'm going to give you 10 simple high-fiber foods that will not only help you reach your daily fiber goals, but also have other anti-cancer properties. These foods are packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that help lower inflammation and strengthen your immune system. Number 1, first and foremost, berries. If you only remember one thing from this video, let it be this: eat more berries. They have 5 to 8 grams of fiber per cup, plus really important antioxidants that can help prevent cancer recurrence. Berries like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are some of the top cancer-fighting foods on the planet because they're rich in compounds like anthocyanins, ellagic acid, and quercetin, which have been shown to inhibit tumor growth and reduce inflammation. I always keep a bowl of washed berries in my fridge as a reminder to just go in and grab a handful of them every day. And I keep a big bag of frozen berries in my freezer so that I can use them when I want to add some natural sweetness to something like yogurt or chia seed pudding. Frozen berries are just as nutritious as fresh ones, so don't worry if you can't always get fresh. Just make sure they're unsweetened to avoid added sugars. Speaking of which, chia seeds are the second high-fiber food for your grocery list. Only 1 tablespoon of chia seeds has 5 grams of fiber. You can add them to yogurt, a smoothie, or, as I do, at least 3 days a week, make chia seed pudding. You can Google a recipe. It's super easy, and it's like you're having dessert for breakfast. It's delicious, especially if you're tired of eating oatmeal or cereal. Chia seed pudding is a much better alternative, and your gut will thank you. Chia seeds are also a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are anti-inflammatory and support brain health. Okay, high-fiber, cancer-fighting food number 3, lentils. Now, before I lose you because you're thinking, ugh, lentils, that sounds so gross or boring, hear me out. You can sneak them into your sauces, burgers, or even a salad. Lentils are cheap, easy to cook, and packed with both fiber and protein. 1 cup of cooked lentils has 16 grams of fiber. That's half your daily goal right there. You'd have to eat 5 apples to get that much fiber. Now, if you really don't like lentils, I know they can be hard to get used to. Beans are another great way to get your fiber in. Black beans have around 15 grams of fiber per cup, and kidney beans have around 11 grams. I like to make a vegetarian chili once a week because tomatoes are another top cancer-fighting food, especially when they're cooked. Your body absorbs more lycopene from them when they're cooked, and lycopene has been linked to a reduced risk of prostate and breast cancer. In my chili, there are 8 cancer-fighting ingredients: tomatoes, onions, garlic, bell peppers, carrots, beans, oregano, and basil. It's the ultimate meal to lower inflammation and get a bunch of cancer-fighting antioxidants in. High-fiber food number 4 may be surprising, but it's avocado. Most people don't realize that one avocado has around 10 grams of fiber. It's another really important food after cancer because it also contains omega-3 fatty acids, which, again, lower inflammation. But omega-3s are also important for your heart health, brain function, and even mood regulation. If you have avocado on some multigrain toast for breakfast, that's around 15 grams of fiber right there. Avocados are also rich in glutathione, a powerful antioxidant that helps detoxify the liver and protect cells from damage. Another really important high-fiber food for cancer survivors is cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, or cabbage. Not only are they super high in fiber, but they're also a great source of sulforaphane, a very powerful anti-cancer compound. Sulforaphane has been shown to help detoxify carcinogens, reduce inflammation, and even trigger cancer cell death in lab studies. Now, you may have heard that it's best to eat these vegetables raw or lightly steamed, rather than boiling them to preserve some of their nutrients. But honestly, it doesn't matter if you roast, stir-fry, or even drench them in cheese, as long as you're eating them. The most important thing is consistency. If roasting them makes you more likely to eat them, then do that. High-fiber food number 6, quinoa. If you're a fan of white rice, and I know a lot of people can't go without their white rice, quinoa has 8 times more fiber, so it's a great substitute. Plus, quinoa is also a great source of vegetarian protein, with around 8 grams of protein per cup. It's also a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids, which is rare for plant-based foods. Number 7, dark leafy greens like spinach or kale. Even if you don't like them, try to sneak them into different things as often as possible because they're another one of the top cancer-fighting foods, bringing you a ton of fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins. Spinach, for example, is rich in folate, which is essential for DNA repair, and kale is packed with vitamin K, which has been linked to a lower risk of certain cancers. Number 8, apples and pears with the skin on. They're high in soluble fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar and digestion. The skin of these fruits also contains quercetin, a flavonoid with anti-cancer properties. Number 9, nuts, especially almonds, walnuts, and Brazil nuts, are the ultimate cancer-fighting snack. They're high in fiber, protein, antioxidants, and healthy fats. Brazil nuts in particular are one of the best sources of selenium, a mineral that supports immune function and may help prevent cancer. And last but not least, flax seeds. These tiny seeds are rich in lignans, which are widely known to lower cancer risk. You can add flax seeds to smoothies, oatmeal, salads, or baked goods for an easy fiber boost. Now, let's say you start adding more of these high-fiber foods to your diet. I want to make sure you avoid common mistakes that can sabotage your efforts. One of the biggest mistakes is not drinking enough water. Fiber needs water to move through your system. Without it, you can become constipated. Another mistake is relying on processed fiber, like fiber bars or cereals, which often contain refined sugars and synthetic fibers that don't offer the same benefits as whole foods. You also want to avoid peeling fruits and vegetables, as the skin contains much of the fiber. And finally, don't increase your fiber intake too quickly. Doing so can cause bloating and discomfort. Gradually add more fiber-rich foods and drink plenty of water to help your body adjust. By making fiber a priority, you'll be giving your body a powerful tool in the fight against cancer. It's one of the simplest yet most effective ways to support long-term health and reduce your risk of recurrence.